A quick little update to what I talked about yesterday, because I am not even joking, you cannot make this up. The things that Gamefam has done recently, they seem like they have come straight out of a cartoon, you know, something like Tom and Jerry, except it's Gamefam and Roblox, I don't know. It's insane, but if you somehow missed it yesterday, I made a video about how Gamefam is now DMCA takedowning some games that have like anime assets in them. The reason that they are able to do this right now is because they have partnered with Crunchyroll to create an official game for My Hero Academia, which is a very popular anime. Not gonna lie, I love My Hero Academia. I just don't love Gamefam, and I think a lot of people can share that sentiment with me. But now, because they have now created an official game with those assets, they are now able to take down a bunch of other anime games on the platform that also have those assets, including what I believe to have been the biggest anime games ever. There is a lot more information to that, so if you want to check that out for yourself, you can go ahead and do that. But today, we're taking a look at this tweet from Jackaries. He said, "Interesting how Gamefam acquired this license and DMCA strikes begin to happen to games that use the copyrighted assets of My Hero Academia, yet Gamefam also own All-Star Tower Defense, a game that directly infringed on the IP of My Hero Academia." At Gamefam Studios, you missed one, and it's a screenshot of quite literally the main character of My Hero Academia inside of a game that Gamefam owns. And a quick disclaimer, this is not the official My Hero Academia game. This is one of their own games completely outside of the partnership. This existed way before the new official My Hero Academia game did. They have owned this for a very long time now, long enough to a point where if this game was not owned by Gamefam, they probably would have taken down this one as well. Like, it's that bad. But this, somehow, this is not the worst part of the entire thing, because there was another reply to Jackaries. He said, "Oh wow, they actually recently updated their Deku IP ripoff to a purple variant to attempt to avoid this fate." Yes, so this one on the left, this screenshot right here, is how it looked like previously. Once again, this is not in the official game that they have now created. This is in a game that they have owned and has existed for years now. This is All-Star Tower Defense, and as you can see, if I put it like a side-by-side comparison, for anyone that might not have seen My Hero Academia, that's quite literally just the main character, that's Deku. And now this one on the right, this screenshot is the new updated version after everyone started to call Gamefam out. And after everyone started to say like, hey, if you're gonna DMCA take down a bunch of games because they use this assets, you're gonna need to do it to yourself. Like, these assets still do not belong to Gamefam. They were only able to take them down because they created the games for Crunchyroll, I guess. Those assets still do not belong to them. The only way that they are allowed to use these assets would be in the official game, which this is not. This is All-Star Tower Defense on Roblox. And I mean, a bunch of these thumbnails have so many anime characters that we can recognize and name right now. Whether it's the exact name of the character, what they are from, we can tell who these are and where they are ripping them from. And even worse, they might have updated Deku in the game. They've changed it to some off-brand purple version so that they don't get caught by this, but in the thumbnail over there in the top left, he's still there. That's Deku, the green guy. Like, that's still literally him. They are still using it in the thumbnail. So even if they have changed it in the game, there's a lot of proof out there that show that he was originally in the game, even when they were not allowed to be doing that, and they have only now changed it because they were getting called out. Which, by the way, there is a lot of anime games on Roblox. I don't care. Like, if people want to make anime games and use these assets, if it's not a problem, it's fine. If it becomes a problem, that's between, I guess, the developers and the people that own the assets, but otherwise, it's really not that big of a deal. The only reason that this is so bad is because Gamefam has been DMCA takedowning other games for having these assets when they quite clearly have their own game with these very same assets that they are taking down the other games for. Other games, by the way, which have like 2 billion visits. Like, that's ridiculous that they are taking them down when they break the very same rules. Yeah, that's that entire thing. That's how ridiculous this is becoming. Also, I believe this might be on the wiki for the All-Star Tower Defense thing. We have a Deku Shoot Style, Deku 100% Infinite, Deku Air Force, Deku Black Whip, Deku Vigilante. Like, these are all different versions of this character inside of the anime. You could find the exact screenshots of where he would look like all of these things in the game. Obviously, in the game, he's not called Deku. They can't straight up do that. It's gonna be a lot easier for the people that own the assets to find it that way. But nah, they are just using the character's likability, I guess, which is still, they are taking down other games for doing the same thing, which they are still not allowed to do. Yeah, I mean, I think that's where we're at with this. I don't know what else we can say about it. They are taking down games for having the assets that they also have. It's complicated, but they're allowed to get away with it because Roblox likes them, I guess. That's the reason for this. So please, comments is the place to go. Tell me what you guys think about Gamefam taking down games even though they break the very same rules. It's ridiculous. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.